All right, friends, check it out. Someone here on the channel asked me if I would review the new Ridgid backpack battery powered sprayer. So let's take a look inside. And I found the battery and charged it, which is right here. It's a nice small 2 amp hour battery. Here's the spray wand. So I think this is gonna slide right out. That's what it looks like. Let's take a look all the way around. So first thing I notice, it has these nice padded straps. I've had several different backpack sprayers over the years, and there's some that just have some really thin straps, and when you're wearing them for prolonged use, they just kind of bite into your shoulders a little bit, because I often just wear a t-shirt. There's not a lot of padding. It has nice mesh right there, lets your back breathe so you're not right up against anything. And it has a waist strap right here, padded all the way around the sides right there. I like it. And there's some kind of clip right here. It looks like, oh, I guess that's where the hose would go. That clip's in there just to help manage this right here so it's not all too wieldy. And looking at this, we're gonna start out just putting water in here because I'm gonna test some spray features, and then we're gonna end up using some other weed killer. Nice wide mouth. You have this filter right here just to keep any debris from falling in. And that's what the inside looks like. So here's something I noticed on these translucent tanks right here. You really can never see the amount of the measurements, the scale that's right there. This is in liters. On this side over here, it's in gallons. So right there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I'm gonna end up actually taking a marker to that at the end of this video. So I can always, and then maybe highlight that 1 and the 2. Just always kind of a pain to see it. I like to be able to quickly, I like to have that contrast so I can quickly see what's going on. So it looks like we have our on-off switch right here. And this looks like a flow rate right here. There's a twist knob, I'm sure that's what that is. And looks like it has a rubber gasket all the way around to keep that dry inside, keep it waterproof. So that's where the battery goes. All right, so if you get this, don't forget to look inside here. These are the tips, so sometimes you might think this cardboard is just for shipping purposes, but take a look what I found in here. Oh, we have 3 different tips. So this is kind of interesting. I have never used this one. This is a double tip, so it looks like you can kind of spray down and at an angle, so you get twice the effectiveness right here. I think they call this one right here, if you can see, a shower head. It has 4 different holes, so this type of setup right here looks like you can really be efficient getting quite a bit done in a single pass. So this one right here has a fan tip. Sometimes those are nice, but I don't know. I think I prefer having just the standard tip like that. Those seem to work best for me. Sometimes I like to aim and just have like precision pointing at a weed. And the fan is something that's, I guess, you know, it has its purpose, but I don't use that as often. There is a lot of room for storage. So if you want to use a bigger battery, you can fit that in there. If you want to store something else, I guess you can do that too. So a lot of times when I'm spraying, I like to just wear these nitrile gloves right here. Just, they're chemical resistant. I just don't want to ever get anything on my hands. So not to say that anything's going to leak here, but I just, that's something you could potentially put some of these in there if you want to just be extra careful. This is one thing I just noticed that's really cool. I like that it has this handle right here. It's just a small thing. I normally, when I'm moving these, have to grab the 2 shoulder straps. But it just makes it a little bit easier. Say you're maneuvering this around your trailer or your garage or around your yard. So let's go ahead, we're gonna test it out first, just make sure it doesn't leak. So we're gonna start out with 2.5 quarts of water. It's not a lot, but just enough to really see what's going on. Go ahead and pour that in. I have had some other ones that leaked and you could feel it like getting on your back. Really is not a good situation. If you're spraying some type of weed killer and it gets on your shirt and on your skin, that's where I'll go and shower and change right away. I don't like to take a chance having any of those chemicals on my skin. All right, so it looks to me like this is ready to go. Just switch it to the on. You can hear that building up pressure. So if I twist it all the way clockwise, then that appears to be full power. So we're gonna loosen that a little bit. We're gonna just spray on the table. Or if you wanna go really low, this is the lowest setting right here. And I'm just gonna dial it up all the way to high. I'm gonna do it slowly, ready? All right, I do like it's nice and responsive. So if you're going around trying to spray some weeds, it's feeling good. So now that we're seeing that it's performing well, let's see how comfortable it is. So we have adjustments up here. We have adjustments down here. And then for the waist, there's one on each side right here. So whenever I put a sprayer, I often lift it up like on the bed of a pickup or somewhere else where it's kind of high, so you don't have to like lift it up on your back. This is, over the years I learned this right here is the way to do it. Right there, that feels pretty good. I wasn't sure if there's anything, some of them connect like across the chest, but I feel like between the waist, that really, the waist one, it really seems to hold it nice and snug. And that seems to be good on the shoulders, so I don't think that's gonna be an issue. Okay, so you just pull on these if you want to raise it up a little bit. All right. Oh, I'm spraying Leo on accident. Sorry, buddy. I don't think Leo likes getting sprayed. Leo, did you like getting sprayed by water? Did you like that? I think that's a no. See how easy I can just hit those weeds real quick? If I want to dial it down, it's really easy to reach. All right, what I'm gonna do is run this out. Sometimes on another sprayer, I notice when you start getting low, if there's maybe like a half gallon left, that it would start sputtering quite a bit. So I just noticed that it is sputtering a little bit, but we're gonna keep going and then see when it finally quits, how much water is left in the tank here. I'll shut it off and we'll see what's left inside. All right, let's see what we have left in here. It's probably 3 or 4 ounces. It's pretty low. I'll pour it on the table so you can see the amount. That was it. So I'd say that's pretty good compared to other ones I've tested. Here I am on a commercial property using the backpack sprayer. You can just see from this camera angle how effective it works. The weeds are just so hardy and just grow like any type of conditions. It's amazing in a parking lot like that when it's really hot in the summer how they'll just pop up in the cracks. So on this landscape island right here with the stones, the weeds are just growing like crazy. And then right here where the asphalt meets the concrete, the seeds tend to get in those cracks and just really grow there too. So I have to just make sure that I get them while they're small, otherwise they'll take over and get tall very quick. One thing you can see here, there's a little bit of flex in the wand, and that's something I'll talk about here in a second. All right, I'm back here the next day after using this quite extensively, and I was very happy with the way it works. There's one thing, I guess, if I had to point out, just one little minor detail, and this is very minor. I wish this were actually a little more rigid, which is kind of funny being a brand name Ridgid. So when you're using this, it just kind of has a little bit too much flex in it, in my opinion. Maybe other people might like it. I'm guessing you could probably get a different one, maybe different brands. This looks like a universal fit, but either way, it's not a big deal, but that's my personal preference. So now we are going to try the different spray tips. First one we're going to try is this dual tip right here. This looks kind of interesting. So this is mostly water in there. I did flush out. Oh, that is a really wide pattern. Yeah, this is tip number 3. This kind of has that shower head look. Let's see what this looks like. This looks like, this really, if you have a real weedy area, this looks like it'll put quite a bit down in a hurry. All right. I like that. That's cool. The last one is the fan tip. That could be a good poison ivy one as well. I could go like this. It could be narrow or it can be wide. See how it's really wide? This would be a really good option for poison ivy as well too. This might mist that a little bit, where the shower one might just apply a heavier amount at one time. If you want to cover some big ground, this is good. But if it's very windy at all, that mist is going to go blowing everywhere. So you want to make sure you use this fan one on a day where there's basically no wind at all. There's a lot of positive things that I can say about this backpack sprayer. Let's take a look at the specs on the box so you can find out a little bit more. Okay, so this has a 3-year limited warranty on it. And if you register this within 90 days, this qualifies for the Ridgid lifetime service agreement where you get free parts and service. And here's the model number, R01501K. And this includes the 2 amp hour battery and the charger. And on that battery right there, it'll spray up to 105 gallons per charge. This runs off their 18-volt battery, tank capacity 4 gallons. The hose is 4 foot long. It has the different nozzles like adjustable, flat fan, dual shower. It has a pressure between 20 and 105 PSI, and the weight is 15.3 pounds. If you want to know my honest opinion about the sprayer right here, I definitely have to say that this is the most comfortable one that I've tested yet. And I'm just really happy with the performance of it. You've heard a couple minor things that I'd like to see change, but you know, they're, like I said, very minor. And the fact that this is battery powered, where you don't have to go around with a hand pump and spray the weeds, that is a plus. All right, so if there's another one you'd like to see me test out, please put a comment down below. I would like to see what else you guys like. So everything worked well. I didn't notice any leaks. This mesh right here is comfortable on the back. It allows you to breathe a little bit. The waist strap right here really hugs you nice and just kind of helps keep some of that weight off your shoulder, kind of helps balance the weight out. So the only other thing I think I mentioned that I'm going to do is mark that like 1 through 4. Let me do that real quick. I'll show you what I'm talking about. From this angle right here, I can see it pretty well. There's 1, there's 2. So there, as I'm quick filling it and I just want to put 3 gallons in, I can see exactly what mark that I need to go to and not guess. So I highly recommend it. I'd like to know what you guys think about it. If you want to find out more about this and see some additional specs, the current price, and other reviews, I'll have a link down below to the Home Depot where you can check this out. And if you'd like to see more tool reviews, subscribe to the channel and ring that bell icon so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, friends. See you next time.